Hello everyone, this is Helen H and welcome to my channel, Moss Cottage. I hope everyone is doing great today. I just got in from a beautiful walk. It's about 65 degrees and sunny and all the leaves are changing. It's just lovely. So I'm inspired to do a little art journaling. Now this was inspired by a picture I saw once in a Somerset magazine or Stampington magazine. I'm not sure if it was Somerset Studio or whichever it was. This is my art journal and I'm desperate to get this done. This is just a wipe off page that I then stenciled on and so on and so forth, and I don't like it. So this is going to be covered up. This is just a piece of scrapbook paper that I don't like. I'm not. It's, you know how you get the pad and then there's just some that you're just like not that crazy about. Well, that's this one. So this video might be a little bit longer than my usual ones, so you might want to just pause for a second and go get yourself some coffee or something. I'm not sure how long it's going to take me to do this, but I don't want to really make it two parts. I just want to keep it simple. So I'm just cutting this piece of paper to somewhat be the size of the journal here. And I think this is a Canson journal, but I don't like the spiral bound. I've had this one for years, and because I don't like that, I tend not to work in it. But my mantra is no more buying until I get done with some of the things that I have. So I'm just gonna have to live with it. So be it, right? Okay, so I think that this will be fine. This will just cover up enough of that. I don't care if there's a little bit there. So first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and put this paper onto the book here. Now, I want to keep this background very simple, and you'll see why once I get going, why the background should be really simple. It's just going to be too much if it's not. And so yeah, so I just look for a paper that this one looks like it's kind of got like a watercolor wash on it. I mean, that's what the paper is designed to look like, right? That it has a watercolor wash on it. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and glue this down as best we can here, like that. Okay, just to cover that up. Now, if I could have just taken gesso and gessoed the whole page over all that paint, but I just think that this is a heck of a lot easier just to cover it up with paper, okay? And like I said, this journal I've been working on forever, and I just really want it done and done. So I'm not sure if I'll need this glue again, but I might. So what I want is a woman's face. And so this was one of these books that I just hauled. This one is the 1900 to 1910. And there's some pictures in here. Now I have her, but I think she's going to be too big. So we're going to go with this woman here on this side. And this book was a part of a series. Like I said in my video, I think there was probably decades. I don't know how how many decades they went, but I really just want the top of her too. So I'm just going to cut her out. I just really want her head and her face, and I don't want her hair. Her hair and her hat are really dark, and I don't like that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just cutting up right around her head, and her hat is coming off, and then her hair is going behind her neck there. I'm taking that off too, and you'll see why. So we're just going to go ahead and take this off. Now, the inspiration piece for this, the woman was in color, not black and white, but I'm doing black and white because I don't know if any of you follow, I don't know how to say it, It's N-O-I-T art, Noit art. I don't know how to say her name, but she's a wonderful artist. I just love her art. And I was watching the thing she did just the other day where she did something really colorful and then had black, she was going through her art journal and she had really colorful pages and stuff, and then she had the focal point was just like cut out images from a black and white coloring book, and I thought, wow, that looks really cool to do that. So I thought I would use the black and white image for this, for what I'm doing here, just because I was also inspired by her using that black and white. But like I said, the real inspiration came from a Stampington magazine. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to put her on the bottom here. She doesn't need to be floating, but it's okay if she's not all the way at the bottom. I can probably deal with that. So we're just going to get her down like that, okay? And see how I cut all her hair and everything because it was just so dark. Cut that all off. Okay, so I don't need the glue for right now anymore. So there she is, okay? Now, I know where you probably have already guessed where this is going. Napkins. Okay, so I got some napkins that kind of are all, I want to say they have like a watercolory vibe to them. The flower, they're all florals and they all have kind of like a watercolory vibe to them. And so I didn't want to have something like that's really sharp and modern and then some that are watercolory. You know, I kind of wanted to keep them the same feeling, you know, as far as that. Now hang on one second because I did forget my tape again to separate my napkins. So let me just grab that real quick. Where is it? Oh, it's hiding. Okay. All right, and I know you've all seen the tape trick before. Oh, this isn't even regular tape. This is like decorative tape. It doesn't matter. Tape is tape. It will work. Let me just get this part off that's creased though. Okay, so just go ahead and take a little piece of tape, go on the back of your napkin, put it down, and then just kind of pull. Oh, this is a tough napkin. This one is really thick. Actually, I'm not even sure if this is plies or if this is, I may not be able to use this one. This is actually not a plied napkin. This is more like a wet wipe or something. There's no plies, it's just super thick. But that's okay, we've got these, and so this is still plenty of flour. So what you want to do, just go ahead and take your sticky tape, put it down, and then pull. And it will pull off all of these white backgrounds. And this is obviously a 3-ply napkin, so we're gonna have to do it again. And if your tape is not sticky anymore, that's fine, just get another piece. Let me put that over there. Where's my tape? It's over here. So, like this, okay. Okay, there you go, there we go. You just need to get, once you get it started, it's pretty easy. I'm trying to get that piece of napkin off of the tape so I can reuse the tape. It's pretty easy to get it started like that and then just pull, it just pulls off pretty easy. But you do want to be a little careful, like this one is, some are easier, and I don't know if that's like the cheaper Dollar Tree napkins come apart really easy. This one's giving me a little bit of pull. You just want to, I mean, it's not a big deal, but you just want to be a little bit careful so you don't, you know, rip it, especially if you want to use the whole thing, you know, as one piece or something. Like for a background, you don't want a big tear right through the middle of it. All right, and let's just do this one, and this one probably is 3-ply also. These napkins were all given to me by my friend Virginia, and I've got tons of napkins, beautiful napkins. And I saved the white part because you can stamp on those, you can use them to add texture to pages and stuff. So, you see, I just tore that. I gotta be a little bit more careful here. Okay. Yeah, okay, that tore off. Okay. Okay. I'm just going to throw that on the floor right now, the white stuff, because it's getting in my way. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for some flowers that I like, and I'm going to tear them out, you know, using the old water paintbrush trick. So I'm just going to go around, and if you go around on a napkin with a wet little paintbrush, use you know, a little one like this. You don't need a big fat one, or you're going to probably get your napkin too wet, and then you're going to ruin other parts of it. You really just want to be able to tear out the part you want. And on this project, it really doesn't matter if it tears, because I don't think at the end we're really going to see a whole flower to begin with. I don't think. So what we're just going to do is we're going to be giving her some flowers in her hair. Now this is way too big. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to go ahead and tear it in the middle like that. And maybe just use a piece like this. Maybe something like that. Although I think, where's my scissors? I don't know. Can you cut a wet napkin? I have no idea. Let me see. Can you cut napkin at all? Oh yeah, you can. Okay, I just want to, because this piece is so big, I want to just round the edges a little bit on this piece. Some are not going to, and some I'm going to have to, I think, because I don't want it to be just a total disaster, okay? So something like that. I'm not going to keep the tiny scraps, but I might keep some like that. So let's go ahead and get some more flowers off this one, and then we'll go to the other one and get something else, some other kinds of flowers. Here's a pretty little flower right here. It looks like, I don't know, like maybe a little, what are those, poppies or something? Let's see if we can, oops, I tore it. Okay. All right. If you're doing the small ones, you got to be kind of careful. All right, let's get this big orange one here. And again, this one I think is so big, I'm probably going to have to cut it, but that's fine. Okay, let's see. Something like this, I don't know. We're just going to give her a lot of flowers in her hair. And, you know, now that I'm doing this, I think I might have actually done this before. It feels like I have done this before, and I'm not I might even have a video, but if I did, gosh, it was blue moons ago, so, you know, most of you probably did not see it. And maybe I didn't film it, and maybe it's just all inside my head because I've been thinking about doing this for so long. Who knows? All right, here's just a piece of a rose. Like I said, you don't really need to have the whole flower, but just like pieces so that you can see the layers. Because you really want it to be very layered. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start putting some down on her, and I think this one's going to go on the top here. So let me, where's my scissors? They're under here. I hope the lighting's okay. I am actually making this a little bit later than I usually do. So I hope that that's okay. So I'm going to just start with this one. We got to start somewhere, right? So I'm just going to use my glue stick. Glue stick with napkin is, I think, works the best because it doesn't bubble up like wet glues do, you know. And if you want texture and stuff, that's what you want to do. You want to use a wet glue because that will definitely give you lots of texture. But on this, it's more the image that I'm looking for. You know, it's more the picture, not the texture. Okay, so let's go ahead. See, now this one, because this might be the sticking out part, I might want to just go ahead and round this, and I'm just kind of making a fake border. This is not the border on the napkin, but I'm just making it and the way I want it, and that's fine. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this here. So you're going to have to be overlapping a lot. Let's go ahead and put that up there. And just, you know, see right here, I can see that I didn't put enough glue down. Just if you just brush gently with your finger, you'll be able to figure out where you need to put more glue. like right here. Okay. Okay, like this. Okay. So let's go ahead and take maybe a rose. What I want to do kind of is get around her face first. And, you know, do the parts that are going to count the most, like right around her face and the top of her hat or hair or piece, whatever. So I cut that so that it kind of fits around her face. I don't want it cutting off her eye or something like that. So that's why I'm being a little bit gentle right now. But then, you know, when it comes to just the layering on top, that doesn't matter. That's not going to matter so much. Okay. See, so that's the reason why I cut, excuse me, the reason why I cut the, her black hair and that dark hat off was because the napkin would show through, it would show through the napkin. So, and I didn't want that. I want the flowers to be the focal point, and I want you to be able to see them. Okay. Like this. This is just kind of a fun thing. I mean, people do this all the time. That's why I don't even remember who to credit for this, because I've seen this done a lot other places. So here's this little flower here. So let's just go ahead and put it here. Let's put it this way. So you can just keep layering and layering and layering until you're happy with the way it is, which I'm going to be doing. And so while I'm layering, like I said, this might be a little bit longer video than I usually do, because I want to get this. Oh, this is sticking to me more than the paper. Why is that? Stop that. But I mean, I already like it the way it is. I mean, I already like her like that, right? All right, I'll tell you what. Let's go ahead and switch tacks, and let's go to this other napkin and put some of this on. See what we can find on this napkin that we like. Okay, I kind of like this brown flowery thing. I don't know if it's leaves or supposed to be leaves or a flower, but I kind of like it. So let's tear that piece out. And then I might take some of the bright flowers from this one too. Oh, did I not get this here? Of course, when you do this, you can take your time and, you know, really do it the way you want to have it done. Oh, I don't care if there's pink on there, because there's going to be pink on here anyway. So I'm just trying to think where, you know, where I want it. Now, I probably will want some on her somewhere too. But let's go ahead. What happened to my glue stick? Oh, there it is. Let's go ahead and just keep layering up some flowers on her hair or on her head. Okay. See, that just kind of adds a little, putting a little bit of that dark like that kind of covers some of the dark here. All right. I think for, let's see. Let's go ahead and do one more, at least one more flower in her hair here. What do we want? Oh, I know. We've got this. Let's see. I want to pick something that's kind of towards the edge, because I don't want to waste the whole napkin. But here's this pretty little flower with kind of brush strokes. Like I said, that I tried to get ones that were kind of the same colorway and what is it? Style, I guess. So in this case, it's more watercolor. Okay, get that off. Okay, so we can just put this wherever we want. We can just put it right there if we want. Okay, let's do that. Ugh. I don't know if, oh, I guess because I'm using water to separate my napkins, that it's making the glue stick not stick as well as it usually would. You know, if you're just using napkin. Let's see here. You know what? I think I want to push that a little bit away from her face. So I think what I'm going to do is actually glue that back on itself. You see what I'm doing? I'm just kind of pushing it away from her face. I had covered it a little bit too much, and now I'll just cover that little space there with something here. Let's see here. Just take a piece, Helen. Just take a piece. Oops. All right. But let me get rid of this hard edge here. We don't want a square. I'm not going for geometrics on this one. I'm going for more of a soft look. So this piece is really wet, so I'm not sure if this is going to stick or not. We'll have to see. So now I'm going to come back over here. Let's take that so it doesn't stick in her eye. And I'm just going to come around here like that. Like that. I like that a little bit better. It's just not covering up so much of that side of her face. So I like that like that. Now, this is still very dark down here compared to all this up here. So I think what I'm going to do is just take some other flowers and do a little bit of color down at the bottom here. Okay. And I think if you wanted to be very specific about this, about your color, you know, your flowers and stuff, if you don't wet them and just took your time, you could cut them out really perfectly if you wanted to. That's not the look I'm going for. So I think, you know, I'm just using it this way, but you could certainly take your time and be really detailed with it. So I'm just going to put this here. She had some beautiful beadwork on her dress, but it's going to get covered up because I need to have some color down here. All right. Let's go back to this napkin here. Get some more stuff off of this one. I'm trying to work in like one section here so that I'm not wasting a whole bunch. Actually, can I use some of that? I could use some of this. Hold on a second. I can use this part right here. Because I'm going along the bottom here, it's okay if I have a straight edge. That's not a problem. Now, what happened to my glue stick again? Okay, put this one here. Her dress, I know you probably can't see it in the, ugh, that's so wet. Look what happened. That got all torn. Let me tear that off. Her dress is just so gorgeous. I mean, the work on there, all the embroidery and everything is just fabulous. But not the look that I'm going for here. Ugh. Oh, this can go this way, I think. Yep, let's do that one that way. Okay. Go across here. And any like little bits that are sticking up like that one, I just kind of cut that off. Now, I want this a little bit lighter. It's very, because it's dark underneath, it's very dark. So let me see what I can do to lighten that up. Look, here's like a big orange thing. Let's see if we can't use some of this here, this flower. So I'm very excited because my husband's company that he works for, they have meetings all the time. And a lot of their meetings are catered, but they're not working, they're only working in the office 2 days a week. And they have been since, well, I mean, at COVID, they've been working. He worked at home almost literally for 2.5 years. They just went back recently to 2 days a week in the office. And so because they're not in the office where a lot of their meetings are catered and stuff, they give them permission to go ahead and charge their company cards to have a meal or something on the company. So he said he's got a meal that he could have had lunch because it was supposed to be a lunch meeting. So everyone was supposed to get lunch and, you know, whatever before the meeting, but he did not. So we're going to have Chinese food for dinner, so I don't have to cook. Yay. That's exciting for me. Okay, I like that a lot. Now what I would like to do, this is lifting a little bit. Let me see, just go back, like I said, just rub with your fingers and you can see where you need to glue down. And actually at the end I might cover the whole thing with Mod Podge or something like that, or gel medium, something to hold it down. I do want just a little bit more light down there, so I'm looking for something that's pretty bright that I can put down at the bottom here. How about this little guy here? Let's just see if we can tear him dry, because he's kind of big, because I think that the glue sticks better if they're dry. I just want a little bit more light color down here, but that's a little bit too much. How about right there? That's good. All right, so let me just go ahead and cut this very white piece off. Okay, and put this here. And, you know, you just take your time and do this and do it how you want to do it. I don't want this video to be too terribly long. But see, I like that. I like that. Now, I could go all the way and make her whole dress colored like that, but I don't want to. I want to just keep some color, some of the black and white, because I just think that that looks really cool with all the color, right? So I'm just fixing all these little rough bits here, but if I do gel medium over the whole thing, that will take care of that and put everything down. But see, I really like the way she looks so far. Now, the other thing I want to do is I have this piece of paper. This is one of these paper pads that I've got at the big crop that I go to. This has been like my favorite paper pad of all times, but the problem is I love every side of the paper, so it's always hard to decide which one you want to use. So she needs a couple butterflies, so I'm thinking I really like this blue one right here. And I think with all the color in the flowers, the blue is going to show up very well. Like if I put that one there. But then I need one down here also. And so let's go with a light colored one. Maybe we will pick, that green one is very simple. Here, I'll tell you what, how about if we go with this yellow one right here, because that will bring some color down there too. Okay, so we'll just use these two. And so the inspiration piece that I saw from the magazine, that did have butterflies also. But I think that the butterflies that person had used were from a napkin. I just thought that I would use these because these are not see-through, and so they'll really show up, because I'm afraid with all this color, if I put a butterfly on there, you may not actually be able to see it as well as you should. So that's why I thought I'd go ahead and do a paper butterfly so that it's gonna absolutely show up. And I don't know the difference. This actually might be a moth. I have no idea. Not that it matters, I'm just saying. All right, so there's him, and I think he's gonna go like up here or here. I don't know, we'll see. And then I've got this yellow one too. And when I do like cutting out a paper, like whether it's from a Birds or Blooms, because those magazines have tons of butterfly pictures, whether it's Birds or Blooms or any other magazine, or even like this is a piece of scrap of paper. When I cut out a butterfly, I don't cut the antenna out. On this piece, it's not even important that you can see it because it's so busy. But if you're doing it and you want the butterfly to look real and you don't want to cut out just cut the antennas off and then draw them on with like a micron pen or a really thin pen. Just draw them on the piece once you've put the butterfly on. It is so much easier than trying to cut out antennae, I guess, that are so small. Okay. Okay, so there we go. Now I think what I'm going to do is I think I will just ink really quickly around the butterflies, just because it is white paper, and you know, I won't get it all, but it will at least dull it a little bit, since I want the water. I may actually put that one up there where it's black and white. That would be cool. I like that. And this one, I don't know if you can see this butterfly here. He actually does have dark around his wings. So where I cut him and it's white, I need to darken that back up again. He's like brown and black and blue. Okay. Okay. Now my only thing on this side is, yeah, I think I'm going to put it on this side since I've got these blue flowers here. I don't want the blue butterfly over here with the blue flowers. So I think I'm going to put the butterfly there and put this one there. Okay. And now, you know, like I said, I used this image from this book just because I bought the book to use the images from it. And then I'm going to use the covers for a journal, art journal, a big art journal. But you can use a magazine picture to do this. You know, a modern magazine picture. You can use, if you have an art book that has like the old Dutch masters and it's got pictures of women, or, you know, middle-aged women, you know, not middle-aged, I mean, women from the Middle Ages, like, you know, artwork from there, you know, anything. Any images you can use. Okay. All right, so I got her like that. I like that. Now, I do think because of all the color and everything that I probably need to outline these guys a little bit. So let me see what I got here. Near my desk, I do have this marker here. This is just a nothing marker. Let's see if it's still right. Ugh. Or did I kill it? I kill them all the time because I treat my pens really bad. This is just a cheapo marker anyway. So I think what I'm going to have to do here is go around with a Stabilo all. And I'm just going to go around the butterfly a little bit, just to define him. Because see here, like where the bottom of the butterfly is kind of going over the flowers, so he kind of, you want to make sure you can see all of him. All right, and then I'm going to just do him real lightly. Because, you know, these pens or these pencils are very dark once you activate them. Okay, let me dry that off a little bit. All right, so let's go ahead and just outline him. Get that Stabilo. These, if you don't know, the Stabilos are the water-soluble pencils. And so they're great for blending. But this pen is, or that is terrible. That paintbrush is terrible. Let me try this one instead. Let's try this one. This one's more for watercolor. Okay, that's better. That just kind of, it just kind of makes those butterflies stand out a little bit more and blends them in the page like this. I hope my hand's not in the way. Well, I'll show you anyway. More like that. And I think I'm actually gonna go around her face a little bit, just to define it a little bit more. Okay. Just be real careful here that I don't get it all over her face. I don't want it all over. I just want to kind of define her a little bit more. Let's bring this down. just kind of let that go down like this. You see what I'm doing? I'm just kind of defining her too. I'm just outlining her a little bit with the Stabilo. Let's just go, whoops, I just went right over her arm. That's okay. Whoops, now I just went off the side of the page. That's because I'm trying to work so fast. I don't want this video to be too long. All right. Now I could also, because I went over there, I'm just going to darken this right here. I could also see if somewhere I have a sentiment that I can put on here. But I like the way she turned out. I think she's really cool. Now I could also do some stamping in the background, which I might do. I think I really need to let her dry. I might go ahead and do that later on, put some stamping, because this is kind of plain back here. But I don't want to really go on top of her until these napkins are super dry. But anyway, I just wanted to show you this idea. I think it's really, really cool. Just cut out the face of somebody and then give them this big floral hair, headpiece, hat, whatever you want to say. And use up some of your napkins doing it. So guys, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I ask that you do. And until the next video, I hope you all are truly blessed. Bye-bye.